millions of people across the world. Now imagine those people not noticing your work. Well, imagine that being a good thing. That's what an editor strives to do. The less you notice the edit, the better. The purpose of this speech is to inform you, the audience, about the work of film editors. I personally have come to find an appreciation for editing, especially since I want to become one myself. The shows and movies you watch all have forms of editing in them. The work that is put into it is for the purpose of you to get a feeling toward it. I'll be talking to you about what makes editing appeal to you through editing techniques that appeal to emotion and storytelling. So what exactly is editing? Well, first I'd like to show a short bit of a video about the subject, because I feel like you see it better in action.
The most basic edit you can do is the cut, which is simply going from one shot to another, changing perspective, advancing the story. Now I'm going to be showing you a series of examples that help illustrate the types of cuts that I'm about to mention. A lot of these cuts are so common and feel so natural that you don't even think about it. Whoa, what the f happened there? Doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. But if you want to make your cuts a little less jarring, let's begin with a technique that's used all the time, cutting on action. Now all this means is cutting from one shot to another while the subject is still in motion. It doesn't always have to be on a punch or a kick. It could be something as simple as a character turning or throwing something, or a character going through a door.
So from that video, we can learn that there are various techniques that go into editing, as shown here. It's a lot, and that's barely scratching the surface. But let's think of it like a painting. A painting has various colors, and they all go together to make a full picture. A painting fulfills its purpose as art, and editing can be viewed the same way. This is Oscar-winning editor Walter Murch. He's well known for his working on award-winning films such as Apocalypse Now. He best describes editing in an online video by the YouTube channel BAFTA Guru, published on September 20, 2013, in which he states, "A good editor must have a sense of how to tell a story." He goes on to say that there is an inbuilt relationship between the story itself and how to tell a story and the rhythm you tell it. But now, what makes editing special? Well, this is editor Eddie Hamilton. He's notable for his work on films such as Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation and Kingsman: Secret Service. He best describes editing specialty in an interview on the website No Film School, published on July 29, 2015, in which he states, "Human beings are meaning-making machines. We always try to find meaning in what we see." He also goes on to say, that's what you get a movie ticket for. You're sitting there to get lost in the story. In all the best films, you lose sight of the fact that it's a film and you get lost in the characters. So there's a great importance in the way these editing techniques come together in the final picture. Finally, how can we see this in films? Well, in action films like The Fugitive, there are certain ways to get the audience to understand that the character is in danger, as presented in a bit in this scene that I'll show just for a little bit. saw, there are many shots throughout that scene. But of course, there are the important shots. The shot of the daunting oncoming train heading right toward our character indicates danger. And then we have the shot of the character's feet as he struggles to run away, indicating urgency to get away from the danger. What you get from these shots is the sense that you want the character to make it out of the scenario in one piece, knowing the situation he is in just from the cuts that are shown on the scene. So to wrap this up, I've told you about what makes editing appeal to you through editing techniques that appeal to emotion and storytelling. Editing is one of the most important aspects of film. How it influences emotion in the audience, how it complements other parts of film like actors and sound. There are all of these cuts and shots going on in a film, and yet they're all seamlessly hidden throughout the film. So I encourage you that the next time you watch an exciting film, think about how it was edited, and maybe you might like it even more.